Following the publication on the 24th of August 2020 of the Board Review of Cultural Heritage Management, undertaken in response to the destruction of the Juukan Rockshelters in May 2020, the Board of Rio Tinto has engaged extensively with shareholders, traditional owners, Indigenous leaders and other stakeholders. While there is general recognition of the transparency of the board review and support for the changes recommended, significant stakeholders have expressed concerns about executive accountability for the failings identified. By mutual agreement, Jacques will step down from his role as an executive director and chief executive of the group. A process to identify his successor is underway. Jacques will remain in his role until the appointment of his successor or the 31st of March 2021, whichever is earlier. This will ensure business continuity to maintain the strong performance of the group's global operations during COVID-19. Chris Salisbury will step down as chief executive, iron ore with immediate effect, and will leave Rio Tinto on the 31st of December 2020. Ivan Vellier, currently managing director for rail, port and core services within Rio Tinto Iron Ore, will replace him on an interim basis, following a handover period with Chris. Simone Niven will step down as Group Executive, Corporate Relations, and will leave the group on the 31st of December 2020 after completing an orderly transition of her responsibilities. As previously announced, Rio Tinto is establishing a new social performance assurance function, reporting to Mark Davis, Group Executive, HSE, Technical and Projects, to strengthen oversight of communities and heritage practices and performance within the operations. In order to enhance board engagement in Australia, Simon McKeown, Non-Executive Director, is appointed Senior Independent Director, Rio Tinto Limited with immediate effect. This newly created board role will complement the existing Senior Independent Director role, which will continue to be performed by Sam Laidlaw for Rio Tinto plc. The separation terms, including the retention of long-term incentive awards, for all three individuals are in line with our group remuneration policy and their applicable contractual terms. They will continue to be subject to the financial penalties previously disclosed in the board review. The details of the separation arrangements will be disclosed as appropriate. Ivan Vellier has been an integral part of Rio Tinto's iron ore business for 4 years in his role as Managing Director Rail, Port, and Core Services. He was previously Chief Operating Officer for Rio Tinto's coal business following a period working in the copper product group in Mongolia, where he was Chief Operating Officer of the Oyu Tolgoi mine. Prior to joining Rio Tinto in 2003, Ivan worked for Deloitte Consulting.